Call me on my cell phone. Now they always say congratulations.
Suicide, if you ever try to let go, I'm sad to know, yeah, I'm sad to know.
J'ai l'air essoufflé, même si j'ai tout fait. J'ai tout, ferai jamais dans ma vie.
Je t'aime, oh, 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 à la folie, oh, oh, oh.
Bitch, we in the city on that hot shit. Looking for a biddy on that hot shit. Hey! Raindrop, drop, smoking, no cooking, the hot box. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
My lady, come, my lady, you're my butterfly.
Je voulais rester à la cité, mon père m'a dit All eyes on me. This is America. Don't catch you. Call me on my cell phone. Now they always say congratulations.
Suicide, if you ever try to let go, I'm sad to know, yeah, I'm sad to know.
J'ai l'air essoufflé, même si j'ai tout fait. J'ai tout, ferai jamais dans ma vie.
Je t'aime, oh, 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 à la folie, oh, oh, oh.
Bitch, we in the city on that hot shit. Looking for a biddy on that hot shit. Hey! Raindrop, drop, smoking, no cooking, the hot box. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
My lady, come, my lady, you're my butterfly.
Je voulais rester à la cité, mon père m'a dit All eyes on me. This is America. Don't catch you. Call me on my cell phone. Now they always say congratulations.
Suicide, if you ever try to let go, I'm sad to know, yeah, I'm sad to know.
J'ai l'air essoufflé, même si j'ai tout fait. J'ai tout, ferai jamais dans ma vie.
Je t'aime, oh, 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 à la folie, oh, oh, oh.
Bitch, we in the city on that hot shit. Looking for a biddy on that hot shit. Hey! Raindrop, drop, smoking, no cooking, the hot box. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
My lady, come, my lady, you're my butterfly.
Je voulais rester à la cité, mon père m'a dit All eyes on me. This is America. Don't catch you. Call me on my cell phone. Now they always say congratulations.
Suicide, if you ever try to let go, I'm sad to know, yeah, I'm sad to know.
J'ai l'air essoufflé, même si j'ai tout fait. J'ai tout, ferai jamais dans ma vie.
Je t'aime, oh, 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 à la folie, oh, oh, oh.
Bitch, we in the city on that hot shit. Looking for a biddy on that hot shit. Hey! Raindrop, drop, smoking, no cooking, the hot box. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
My lady, come, my lady, you're my butterfly.
Je voulais rester à la cité, mon père m'a dit All eyes on me. This is America. Don't catch you. Call me on my cell phone. Now they always say congratulations.
Suicide, if you ever try to let go, I'm sad to know, yeah, I'm sad to know.
J'ai l'air essoufflé, même si j'ai tout fait. J'ai tout, ferai jamais dans ma vie.
Je t'aime, oh, 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 à la folie, oh, oh, oh.
Bitch, we in the city on that hot shit. Looking for a biddy on that hot shit. Hey! Raindrop, drop, smoking, no cooking, the hot box. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
My lady, come, my lady, you're my butterfly.
Je voulais rester à la cité, mon père m'a dit All eyes on me. This is America.
is up, guys? Dashing here, and we are live for Octane number 169. Very nice. And what a show we have in store. As always, this go-home edition of Octane, my friends, before, of course, next weekend's wild card event. We're going to be in New Orleans, Louisiana. But, of course, this big weekend continues, and it doesn't end here tonight because we also got that huge crossover event in Mexico with Lucha Libre Magica. But, guys, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Like I said, big time show here tonight. We are getting things started with a first here in CMV, the very first ever Funhouse match, which, well, you see Mitzi giggling her way into the ring. You can imagine that a match like this is probably going to benefit the psychotic clown who has been having a good old laugh these last 2 weeks at the expense of Josefina Leota, pulling plenty of goofs and gags. Josefina Leota, the victim, time and again. When the two went one-on-one a couple weeks ago, Leota trying to finally give some payback to Mitzi. Well, Mitzi ended up winning via countout. Not going to be a factor in this matchup. There are no countouts, no disqualifications, and, well, let me just say, I saw some of the things that were being put underneath the ring before the show went on the air here. I'm just going to say, you know, expect the unexpected in this matchup. Some items we've potentially never seen utilized as weapons before could certainly be the case here in this Funhouse match, guys, but I don't think Josefina Leota cares what kind of match it is as long as she gets the chance to, well, put hands on Mitzi once again. I don't know who in their right mind would willingly target a woman like Josefina Leota and think it's a good idea to, you know, throw a cream pie in her face, trip her up, get her with the old water spurting out of the flour gag. But like I said, Mitzi been having the time of her life, really showcasing her skills as a clown. But Josefina Leota, you can tell, is rearing to go here. Funhouse match to get things started. Mitzi will try to hoist up the bigger Leota. Quick escape. These two feeling each other out early on, but that ends quickly with a huge Liger bomb from Leota. Again, no countouts and no disqualifications. So no chance that Leota is going to be embarrassed like she was a couple of weeks ago. Might be embarrassed in a different way, though. Oh, here we go. Round and round again. I hope that Josefina Leota didn't have too heavy of a lunch. She might be about to chuck it up. Again, another rotation here. Mitzi utilizing the airplane spin. Hang on, though. Very careful not to end up knocking herself out on those spaghetti legs, but able to keep herself in the upright position, drops her head down across the chest of Leota, who responds with a kick upside the head. Leota going to try to end this one before it properly begins, but no such luck. Indeed, guys, got a lot to look forward to here this evening. How about a little bit later on, a rematch from last Octane? The television championship is going to be on the line, guys, as Vanessa Morgan will challenge Jessica Cash, who pulled off one of the greatest upsets, I think, if not in recent memory, perhaps of all time here in CMV, defeating Vanessa Morgan in less than 3 minutes last Octane to become the new television champion. But hopefully this time Morgan is a bit more prepared. We'll find out. As well as our main event, guys, CMV Championship on the line. Tommy Demise will challenge Remy Martin. Last Octane, of course, Demise retaining the Anarchy Championship, and dare I say, handily against Remy Martin. Now it's Demise's turn to try to take the CMV Championship for Remy Martin. And much like we were just talking about with Vanessa Morgan, I hope Remy is a bit more prepared than he was last Octane. We'll find out, though, in our main event. Nice chop from Mitzi. Josefina saying that, Tickle, why don't you go ahead and try again? Slap right across the face. Now it's Mitzi. These two looks like they're agreeing to just throw caution to the wind and beat the hell out of each other. Mitzi gonna get the upper hand. Knocking Josefina loopy, gets her into the corner. And now a scoop slam. Sets her up perfectly, but for what? Mitzi going all the way to the top. Maybe looking for that coffin drop. Maybe not. What the hell is she doing? Mitzi tweaking up there. Huge cross body, though. Goes to ringside, does Mitzi. Is she going to perhaps thinking about going for a weapon, but decides against it, I suppose, for now. Back on the attack with a moonsault out of the corner. But Josefina tried to roll out of the way, but could not roll out of the way quick enough. Ain't that across her back, but a dragon screw. And Leona now with a standing moonsault. Stomp to the wrist, Leota. Gonna show off her pure wrestling abilities here. Outmaneuvering Mitzi. Look at the power of the Pacific Islander. Just tossing Mitzi around. It ain't no thing, but Swift kicking a super kick to the gut. Followed up by a throat thrust. Goes for the pin, does Mitzi. 1, 2, but it's a kick out. This Funhouse match hasn't been all too fun thus far for Josefina Leota. The whoopsie doodle hits it, does Mitzi into the pin, and without a single weapon utilized. It would be a shame. But Leota is able to kick out barely, however. That was close indeed. Oh, well. Right into a lapel lock. Mitzi is staying on the attack, guys. But Leota's able to escape. Nicely done. Although damage done to her arm, even being trapped in a submission like that for a couple of seconds, is going to do some damage. Drop down by Leota. It just throws all of her weight at Mitzi. That's going to be like hitting a brick wall, I would imagine. Now grabbing Mitzi by the back of the head, trying to take her for a walk. Elbows to the midsection. Kick to the gut, though. Gets herself free into the corner. Leota, full steam ahead. We've seen this before. Mitzi, wobbly, coming out of the corner. Now the spear from Leota. Will it be retribution for Josefina here tonight? 2.999. Well, Leota understandably upset, but gonna do the right thing, go straight back to work. I don't think we're gonna have any weapons utilized this match. Doesn't seem like these two are just content using their fists, and Leota, man, just squashing Mitzi there. Which I guess is a good thing. Leota probably doesn't want any weaponry introduced in this match, because like I said, the weaponry allowed in a match like this Funhouse match. Well, you never know what Mitzi might have planned. So ringside, Mitzi rolls. Trying to catch her breath, but Leota with a gorgeous knee trembler right upside the head. Things have completely swung around, guys. It is all Josefina Leota now dominating. Don't count Mitzi out just yet. Hang on, goes behind us. Leota, German suplex. We need to see Mitzi hit the back of her head off the canvas, apparently. That won't stop her, though. Gets right back up in a monkey flip. Oh, maybe slipped. I'm not too sure what happened there. Lost her grip at Mitzi, which is good for Leota. She's able to throw Mitzi back into the ring now. Brings the clown to her feet. Looking for it to be a spine buster. Elbow to the back of the head. Oh, man, that's going to ring. Josefina says, no. Oh, my God. Mitzi digging into her bag of tricks there. Who knows what she might have been looking for. Perhaps another, I can't imagine she's hiding a cream pie somewhere. Maybe one of those mini pies you can get at the supermarket. But she was digging into her pocket for something, but Josefina stopped her before she could pull off another one of those nasty tricks of hers. Well done by Leota. She's become wise at this point to the antics of Mitzi. Oh, what a kick to the knee. Gonna have Leota limping as she comes out of the corner. Irish whip, full steam ahead. Goes high. Leota able to avoid it. Slap across the face. And Sosafina probably seeing red after that. Emotions high, and Mitzi gonna take advantage. Mitzi gonna make Sosafina slip it up, and appeal into the pin. 1, 2, 3. Mitzi has defeated Sosafina Leota straight up this time. It's a shame that we didn't get any weaponry utilized. But at least we get a decisive ending to the matchup this time around. And the fight was quite good. Despite the level of fight brought by Sosafina Leota, Mitzi able to take the win once again in this first ever Funhouse match, which I kind of wish we might have gotten some of those unique weapons utilized, but hopefully there will be a next time. This, of course, is Mitzi's last match on Octane. She's been traded to Shockwave, so what a way to go out with a win like this. And I'm sure Leota's going to be very happy, even though she lost this match, to be rid of Mitzi, not have to worry about her anymore, not have to worry about any of those. Well, she might have left a few traps behind. Have to be weary.
Yeah, you know the vibe. Bubble pop, let's go. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah, make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor. He call me lifesaver, do myself a favor. He think I'm sweet like the candy shop, but I can make the whole party stop. Got these new heels, click clack on the floor. He texting me, always asking for more. I'm in LA, sipping on the best, put his credit card to the test. He said I move like a superstar. I'm like, yeah, boy, you know who we are. We them girls. Ice in my cup, see the diamonds on freeze. I don't ask for much, but I get.
And coming up next, my friends, we've got the in-ring debut of Donovan Merck, who last Octane, guys, came out here trying to introduce himself to the CM Universe, but was pretty quickly interrupted by the returning Pete Jones and the former Rite of Passage champion itching to get back into the ring, itching for a fight, challenged Donovan Merck to a match on the spot. But Merck told him to take a hike, said he wasn't interested in fighting someone like Pete Jones. I don't know exactly what he means by that. But Donovan Merck will have himself a fight, that's for sure, here tonight. His debut going up against Bernie Rose, no joke. I'm excited to see what Merck can get done in the ring. I gotta feel this young man thinks very highly of himself. We'll see if he can back it up once that bell rings against somebody the caliber of Bernie Rose, who had himself some time off during that time away from CMV, guys. Learned of a very interesting lineage that he is related to some of the most prolific gangsters in history. As you can probably see with his getup coming out here, he's still the love machine. Don't get it twisted, but perhaps more of an edge to Bernie Rose, which I think he can use. I was very impressed with Bernie Rose last season. He came close to winning championship gold a couple of times, but it never came to fruition. Maybe this will be the season for Bernie Rose. Well, I can tell you, he's definitely not going to play the part of stepping stone to the debuting Donovan Merck. Let's just hope that Bernie Rose don't got a Tommy gun hidden in that jacket. It would be bad news for Mr. Merck. So here we go, Donovan Merck. Bernie Rose one-on-one. Merck's debut, Bernie Rose's return He was at a live event some weeks ago, picked up a win, but his first main show matchup since last season. A snapmare there, but Burke quickly responds with a kick upside the head. Still to come, guys. Up next, we got ourselves a big trios match as Resurgence will take on the trifecta of Tobias Jones, Lorenzo Alexander, and Blake Virtue. Also, guys, rematch for the television championship with Vanessa Morgan will challenge Jessica Cash. And let's not forget our main event, Tommy Demise challenging Bernie Martin for the CMV championship. As we head toward Wild Card next weekend, where we now know after last Octane that Thea will defend their Women's World Championship, guys, against Ileana Summers, winner of that fatal four-way match last Octane. Here tonight, we will see the team of Ashley Rain and Piper Goodish take on Amelia Jones and the Women's World Champion Thea. We also, of course, know, guys, after last night on Shockwave, the Global Championship will be on the line, and Cam Harris defends against Ahmed, Quantum, and a wild card. Won't know who it is until the match itself next weekend. And so much more as Bernie Rose. For those who might not know what that symbol means, essentially telling Mert to go flip himself. We're a Christian family show here. Got to keep it PG best we can. Big Bernie with a running forearm throws Merc out of the corner from behind. Enzu lariat. Things not looking good for old Don right now. Showing off the 18-inch pythons again. Rose talking a whole lot of smack as he grabs Merc by his hair, drags him off into the corner, spins him around. In response here, there we go. Donovan finally able to fight back. What a super kick! Huge super kick. Donovan just as Donovan Merc starts to take over, look who it is. The former Rite of Passage champion Pete Jones, guys, coming out here. Donovan Merc said Pete Jones is not worth his time. Looks like Pete Jones is making Donovan Merc take notice of him. Bernie gonna try to take advantage. Rolls him up. Wait a minute. Counter of the roll up though. And a kick out. Well, Merc, no choice but to recognize Pete Jones there. This match continues. The question is Donovan Merc able to stay focused? He's already been struggling. I'm going to try to end this one as quickly as he can. Donovan knows Pete Jones is lurking. Snap, power slam into the pin is going to be enough for a kick out at one. Donovan pushing Bernie into the corner. The much bigger man, obviously, would have that strength advantage. Looks like Pete Jones' job is done. As he heads back up the ramp, he sent this message. I think Donovan Merc received it loud and clear. Bernie Rose with a leg drop. And always looking for that gargantuan swinging side slam. Love hurts. Pull that elbow off the top of the head, I'm sure hurt pretty bad. And 2.5. However, Bernie Rose wasting no time. Body arm, looking to set up Love hurts. Merc trying to fight him off. Punches to the gut. Gets himself free. Huge neck breaker. But now both men down. Donovan wasting no time making some enemies here in CMV. I had a feeling he might not have too much trouble with that. From the top, there's the elbow. A very fancy elbow across the chest of Bernie Rose, but it won't be enough to keep the big man down. Maybe thinking about going up top again. Well, Donovan Merc can't tell what he's thinking right now. Grab on the back of the head. Bernie put him up against the ropes. Bad place to be. Chucked up off the ropes. Cross body to the back. There's the man the size of Bernie Rose coming down on you like that. Gonna try for it again, and this time, no, glove hurts once more. Thwarted by Donovan Merck. Big headbutt though by Bernie. And a German suplex. Merck desperate here to catch his breath. Rolls out onto the apron, but is he going to find that retrieve? Nicely done by Merck. Quick thinking. As he guillotines Bernie Rose, forces him into the corner. Looks like Merck's going to go full steam with a boot across the face. Ain't no time to waste. Knee to the gut to suck the air right up out of you. What a power slam. Woo. Bernie Rose feeling himself. Oh my God. Donovan Merck feeling some type of way after that. Headbutt with a sungun shine, but he's able to, again, nail that snap power slam. Hooks the leg, and a kick out of two. What a match this has been. Great debut for Donovan Merck. Oh no, Donovan! With a triangle choke. Donovan Merck's got Bernie Rose guys caught in a very bad way, pressing his shin against Bernie's throat, but Bernie using, I'm sure, the power of love to endure and escape. Now both men exhausted. Throwing haymakers. Bernie not impressed with Donovan Merck's striking abilities. They're just talking some shit to each other right in the middle of the ring. Like that shot. Big punch that was from Bernie Rose. Another one. Donovan Merck still standing though. They're gonna go for it. Exchanging shots to the side of the head. It looks like Bernie Rose going to emerge victorious. Not the heart punch. Donovan Merck suffering from a broken heart here tonight. Bernie Rose is victorious. I can't remember the last time I saw a heart punch. Somebody might have to check out Merck. A great debut for Donovan Merck here tonight, but well, I'm sure maybe even more happy than Bernie Rose this outcome. Probably Pete Jones. Is Pete Jones worthy of your time now, Merck? Look at this heart punch. Heart that punch. The Love Machine with a huge return win. I love what we saw from Bernie Rose in this match, guys. I like the new look. I like the new attitude. Color me impressed.
Yeah, you know the vibe. Bubble pop, let's go. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah, make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor. He call me lifesaver, do myself a favor. He think I'm sweet like the candy shop, but I can make the whole party stop. Got these new heels, click clack on the floor. He texting me, always asking for more. I'm in LA, sipping on the best, put his credit card.
Well, we have got ourselves big time trios action coming up next here on Octane number 169, guys. As before they head to Mexico to challenge El Ordinario and El Mago Jr. for the Lucha Libre Mexico World Tag Team Championship Resurgence. Set to take on the trifecta of Tobias Jones, Lorenzo Alexander, and Blake Virtue here tonight. And already decked out in championship gold, guys. Could be even more coming their way Ben Stacy is the only member of Resurgence right now without a championship around his waist, but again, that could change very, very soon. And Peligro could be walking around with one title over that shoulder, one title over that shoulder. It cannot be denied, guys, by anybody who's, arguing in good faith that Resurgence is not on top of their game, that they are not taking over Octane. Andrew Briggs, the new Rite of Passage champion. Peligro, of course, the Pro Wrestling Japan International champion. And Ileana Summers and Cassidy Vice, the women's tag team champions. And this time next weekend, we might be calling Ileana Summers the new women's world champion. Winning that #1 contenders fatal 4-way last Octane, she will challenge Thea in Nolens next weekend at Wildcard. Well, the representative of the regulators in this matchup, guys, Tobias Jones, having a run-in with Andrew Briggs last Octane. This new season first started, Resurgence and the regulators were trading wins week after week, but lately, Resurgence guys have been stomping regulators at every turn. But now that Tobias Jones is back, he's cleared, he joins the fight. Gonna try to even the odds at least a little bit here tonight, alongside Lorenzo Alexander and Blake Virtue. We might be seeing the tide start to turn, even if just a little. Last Octane, Blake Virtue picking up that win against Peligro. But here's a young man I know is itching to get hands on Peligro, the man who took the Pro Wrestling Japan International Championship from him a couple weeks back with a horseshoe hidden in his boot. The super kick, knocking Lorenzo Alexander out cold. The Hollywood Highlight more than happy to join the fight against Resurgence. Lorenzo Alexander training in the same wrestling school that not only Blake Virtue comes from, but Cam Harris and Troy Call as well. A lot of history there. And a couple of weeks ago, that Lorenzo Alexander was about to be, I think, if Resurgence had their way reduced to a stain on the canvas, but Virtue swooped in, made the save. And Virtue said he will not rest until he personally stops his sister Cassidy and burns Resurgence to the ground. But he can certainly use some backup. Even Virtue himself has to admit that. He's found some in the form of Tobias Jones and Lorenzo Alexander here in this trios matchup, guys. But when we talk about evening the odds, how about Mike Magnum Maxwell? He thought he had found some tag team partners, guys, for Wildcard in the form of #RoadWives. But as we saw last Octane, Schmitty's Department of Justice, Police Squad, and Derek DeMauro viciously assaulting RoadWives. Mark Ryan Murphy and Calvin Madison, they have both been put on the injured list. Has Mike found replacements? If not, I mean, Wildcard is next weekend. A little bit later on, we're going to see John Smith, the Police Squad, one-on-one with Mike Magnum Maxwell. I have a feeling that if he must, Maxwell will fight until the bitter end, but he needs some backup, much like Blake Virtue against Resurgence. Who can he find, though? This becomes a simple case of who is even left that he can call on. And then, of course, who would dare to cross Schmitty to get on his bad side and the bad side of his Department of Justice? That's something that must be considered as well, especially after what happened to Road Wives last Octane. I mean, that probably deterred anybody else who might have been thinking about joining Mike Magna Maxwell at Wild Card for that Anarchy in the Arena match. Must be a cat hair. Elias Jones tries for a kick, nicely caught by the Pro Wrestling Japan International Champion. Still to come, my friends. Television Championship on the line as Vanessa Morgan looks to take back the championship from Jessica Cash, who shockingly upset her last Octane. We've also got Ashley Rain and Piper Goodish in tag team action, taking on Amelia Jones and Women's World Champion Thea. And our main event, guys, Remy Martin defends the CMV Championship against Tommy Demise. Huge springboard moonsault by Tobias Jones into the pin. But Ben Stacy comes in so fast to break it up. Tobias is on the shelf for about a month with a minor concussion. That was courtesy of Remy Martin. Now he's back, like I said, ready to join this fight against Resurgence. Standing Spanish fly by the former Intercontinental Champion. Looks like Peligro wants to get the hell out of here. Tobias not letting him go anywhere. Elbow to the gut, though, and a huge clothesline by the Fatal Feline. Irish Whip going to get him into the corner. Oh, cheap shot. And the rite of passage champion Andrew Briggs. The last Octane defeated Tobias Jones via nefarious means. A little bit of help from Cassie Vice. Peligro vicious with these knees upside the head. I still cannot believe it. Put a horseshoe in his boot. That's how he won the Pro Wrestling Japan International Championship from Lorenzo Alexander. Hit him with the super kick. You're wondering why the match ended so quickly. There's one super kick. And we found out why that was. Tag made to Andrew Briggs. Standing shooting star press. The CMV veteran future Hall of Famer who now has a shot at the CMV Championship whenever he wants it. To cash in that rite of passage championship. Attempts a head kick out of the corner. Tobias able to duck it though. Ooh, runs right with it. Stiff kick to the gut. That doesn't stop him though. Bangarang from his days, his mystery mask. Gives him an opening. He's going to make the tag to Lorenzo Alexander. For more than anything, I imagine, wants to get his hands on Peligro. What's going on over there at ringside? Looks like the referee and Cassie Vice are embroiled in some sort of argument with each other. Big old moonsault. Meanwhile, Lorenzo into the pin. Peligro comes in though to break it up. A real thorn in the side of the Hollywood highlight hits the Fatal Feline. Into the corner, Lorenzo looking to make a tag to Tobias, but that's shut down by Briggs, who now going to roll him up. Andrew Briggs going to try to steal it for a Resurgence here, but a kick out at two. Irish Whip, no, stopped. In the corner, Alexander going to want to get Briggs out of there. What the hell is he setting him up for? It's a leg drop. Springboard, a leg drop, but Briggs is right there. The veteran instinct to make a quick tag to Ben Stacy. Tag made at the same time, though, to Blake Virtue. These two, of course, were due a rubber match. Blake Virtue defeating Ben Stacy at the end of last season in Las Vegas. Ben Stacy defeating Virtue last month in that Climb to Fame contract ladder match qualifier. Tag made to Peligro. Virtue defeating Peligro in a non-title match last Octane. Look at the teamwork here. Now the two men who will challenge for the Lucha Libre Mexico World Tag Team Championship. A couple of stomps to the exposed hand. Virtue sent off into the corner. I love the freaking tags. Well, attempted tag there. Virtue going to send Peligro into a bad part of town. Tag to the Hollywood highlight. Like I said, these two come from the same wrestling school. Some great teamwork. Superplex. Lorenzo off the top of the body slash. How good would this feel for the Hollywood highlight to pin Peligro, but a kick out at 1. Standing moonsault avoids it, does Peligro. Oh, tries for the super kick. And whether there's a horseshoe in that boot of his or not, it would still hurt. Peligro on the apron, stalking his prey. Looks like Ben Stacy might be a little bit in the way. However, that hesitation there allows Alexander to recover. Right into an elbow. Goes behind this Peligro. Oh no! Not the kitty claws digging into the eyes of Lorenzo. He might be blinded. He's trying to get the hell out of there, but Peligro says, "You're going nowhere, kiddo." Tag now to Ben Stacy. Knee to the side of the head. Stacy going up. Stretch rope. The half-padded Pula exposing Alexander. Hits him with that super kick. Tries for a senton though. Lorenzo smart enough. Has the wherewithal to roll out onto the apron. Oh, but a chin shot by Andrew Briggs. Come on now. While Ben Stacy throws a shot at Blake Virtue. This one is breaking down. Stacy taking Tobias off the apron now. Looks like he's still not done with Blake Virtue. Lorenzo Alexander still, hey, Ileana Summers and Cassidy Weiss are attacking Lorenzo Alexander, and guys, the refs saw that. They are both ejected. Ileana Summers and Cassidy Weiss are being sent to the back. The refs saw them attack Lorenzo Alexander. I mean, they're lucky that didn't cause a disqualification. The ref being a bit lenient by just ejecting them. Lorenzo able to avoid Ben Stacy. Oh, but not able to avoid that kick to the gut. Trying to pop his top. Oh, Ben, not the time to show off that incredible physique. I think Stacy wants a piece of Tobias Jones, though. Clearly letting that tag happen. Big kick from Tobias. Into the pin, but it's a kick out at 1. Well, no more shenanigans from ringside.